Anna, for those of us who don't know who you are and what you do, who is Anna Wilk? So how do you wear the three hats? How did that all start? What's your most useful app, the app that you use every day? Welcome to the JOD Pod, a micro podcast where we interview CEOs, entrepreneurs, authors, coaches, and founders. Today, we are joined by Anna Wilk, the managing director of Anna Wilk Consulting. Anna, great to have you on the JOD Pod today.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great to share my vision and my passion with your audience.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Anna, for those of us who don't know who you are and what you do, who is Anna Wilk?
So I am a business mentor, a doula, and I also support HR and diversity and inclusion departments who want to attract and retain female talent. So I have three different hats on my head. And my big vision is to inspire and empower women so the next generation grow into compassionate, educated, and confident adults. Just a little one.
I think that's such an important mission, and I think it's one of the things that we're trying to do here on the JOD Pod is trying to get more female founders actually on the JOD Pod, so we can shine a light on the work that they do to inspire the next generation. So your mission aligns really closely with what we're trying to do on the JOD Pod, which is great to hear. So how do you wear the three hats? How did that all start?
So since I was 4, actually, I always knew I wanted, for children to have a better future, and I was trying to figure out, how I can do that. And I had my first nanny job, and looking after kids. I always wanted to be around kids, and even in my summer holidays, I was spending looking after neighbors' kids. Then I went to uni and done my MBA and studied business. And when I came over here in 2003, I was kind of lost, and you could say I was looking for purpose. And again, I tried to, it wasn't necessary. I was a shop manager at the time, but I felt that there's something missing, and I reconnected again with nanny job, and basically I never looked back, and slowly it grew into becoming a parenting coach, and then entrepreneur and supporting corporations, because I do believe this is the way forward if we want to have next generation being inspired and educated and confident. We do need to support women, and often that means through their business, how they run their business, how they return to work and in their private lives.
Yeah, well, I've got a 2-year-old, and I know exactly what my wife has gone through over the last couple of years. Being on maternity leave and then getting back into work. It's been fascinating to watch. Anna, as a entrepreneur, you mentioned that you've always wanted to work with children, but have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur? Is that something that you've always thought about doing?
I don't think that was kind of my initial. I knew my vision was big, but I never back in in 80s there wasn't word entrepreneur. It was just like dreaming big and wanting to achieve great things and support others. So I think entrepreneur came a little bit later than that.
I understand. And as as you are now an entrepreneur, you're working with different clients in different, providing different services to them. Can you remember your very first customer and how you got your first customer?
Well, it really depends how you look at it, because as I mentioned, my neighbors were my customers in a way. They trusted me with their kids, and I felt. They were then, the following year they were seeking me out, and someone else wanted to have me as their nanny, and it wasn't popular. I come from Poland. We don't have nanny as a profession, so it was something unusual what I was doing, back then. But back here, my first clients were. I landed a job in very interesting way. A friend of mine was going on holiday to Poland, and she had family with 2 children, and she knew about my a love for kids, and it's like, can you just take over for for a week or two? And I was like, yeah, and I was in between jobs. I was trying to figure out what I want to do, and it's like, yeah, I will step in and we'll have some fun with kids. And I never looked back. And, and this is how it started, slowly progression. I always wanted to, I had already the business background in a way, like, the education, MBA, and, some knowledge about running a business. But then getting, qualification in childcare and becoming a parenting coach, and then supporting, mothers. And because my business grew so well, then I started, business mentoring, teaching other nannies and 9 nannies to grow their businesses. So yeah, it kind of a natural progression in a way.
Wow, that's such a natural story to happen. But you must be it must have been very trustworthy at the beginning, as you said, to get your neighbours to believe in you.
I know, yeah. I'm still in touch with the kids, and they have their own kids now, so I'm a little bit of a granny. Yeah.
Oh, that's so lovely. So what are you working on now? What's the big push for
so the big push, I am going to the training with Google. They run initiative I Am Remarkable, which is to support women and other in underrepresented groups to share their success and to be visible. And I'm really passionate, and I really look forward to running my own I Am Remarkable workshops with them. And also I'm working on part on my side, like that's what I do with as a collaboration. But what I do for myself, I'm setting up a mastermind for business founders, for female business founders, because I see, especially now during the pandemic, there's so much need for a little bit of support for there are clients who not necessarily are ready to come and work with me one-to-one, but the group, the accountability, how it's important to get someone and be in a group, brainstorm and bring ideas to life, and set goals and untangle your business problems. So that's my on my own business side. That's what I'm doing, and that's launching in September.
Wonderful. I think there's such a benefit from getting together into groups as entrepreneurs, as business owners. The amount of kind of shared understanding and the other people that have encountered the same kind of problems, it's so useful. And other people that are on the similar journey to you as well, just kind of sharing ideas across that is so powerful. It really is. What do you think? What kind of what would be the ideal client, do you think, to go into those masterminds for you? Like where is their business? What are the problems that they're currently encountering?
So it's more around transition, leveling up for me and growing their business. So it's not necessary for someone who is just starting up a business. It's someone who already been through the trenches. Try doing by themselves, use different, maybe reading different books, and they've been probably at least 18 to 24 months in a business, and they need some extra help now, and someone who been through that part of their journey, and they want to maybe set a goal for first £100,000, or get a few more clients, or polish a little bit what they are right now and change their mindset slightly so they can move forward. So yeah, but it's definitely not for someone who is just starting up, because as you know, it's a very different journey.
Yes, I agree. But I'm sure there's people out there that are listening to this that want to work with other female entrepreneurs and want to share their journey. And if Anna's creating a space for that to happen, definitely reach out to Anna Wilk and have a conversation with her. I'm sure she'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction and help out. Anna, are you ready for some quick fire questions?
Yes, go ahead.
Wonderful. What's your most useful app, the app that you use every day?
It's an Insight Timer. It's a meditation app which I've been using since 2011, and I absolutely love it. It was brought by Chris, I think in 2013 or 14, and he stick with the mission. I was slightly worried when someone bought this app, and I was slightly worried that he's gonna change it, but he is true to his promise, and I cannot recommend it enough. There's so many different, there's a timer for normal meditation, but if you are new to meditation, there's plenty of recorded ones, and you can choose some guided.
Meditation is one of those things that so many successful people do that everybody should look into it. And the other piece of advice I heard about meditation was that it's not supposed to be easy. Like, it's supposed to be something that you work at. So a lot of people give it a go and go, oh, I didn't really get anything from it. And it's kind of, that's the point, is that you practice and practice and practice, and it just helps you out. So that's a great recommendation. Thanks, Anna. So what are you reading at the moment? What's your most recommended book for others to get into?
Yeah, that's a tricky question, because I always have at least 2 or 3 books on the go. But my favorite book, and I absolutely love it, is The Ride of a Lifetime by CEO of Disney. It's a very entertaining book about how we come to become a CEO, and it comes close to watching one of the Disney movies. It will keep you entertained from the page one. I highly recommend it.
Awesome. So entertained and educated.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Time. And motivated.
Yes, and inspire. Yeah, I think it will inspire you too.
We'll put the link to that into the show notes, Anna, most definitely. Who's your favourite podcaster or YouTuber?
Podcaster, I would call Jessica Lormier, who is a brilliant sales coach, and she's got a great sense of humour as well. And I just love listening to her. She's no BS and down-to-earth person. So if you want to learn a little bit more about sales, or how to sales to corporate, go and find her. It's brilliant.
Fantastic. Jessica, I haven't heard of her before, so I'll investigate, and I'll put a link to her podcast in the show notes. And like sales, it's a learned skill. Like, everyone can get better at sales.
Absolutely.
So definitely spend some time on that. Who's someone in your industry that's an up-and-comer, someone we should be keeping an eye on as a future Musk or Huffington, or someone like that?
Oh, that's a really good question. There are lots of youngsters coming, and you can see they have some bold ideas. But for me, I might disappoint you slightly, but I absolutely my clients they are amazing. Like, I have some great stories. I rather not share, the details, but they really inspire me every day. And I really see, if I can do that, and if I can work with, with people who inspire me, and I can, help them, go a little bit further. I think we live a world in a better place.
That's wonderful. And I love, as I said, your mission about inspiring this generation so that they can inspire the next generation. I think it's so important to have those role models, and everything that you're doing seems to align well with that. Where's the best place for people to follow up with you online and have a conversation with you?
Head to my website, which is annawilk.com, or find me on Instagram and connect with me there. I would love to have a chat. I love stories. I love listening, how people come to do what they do and how they end up in a place, and doing what they're doing. So, website and Instagram, or if you're into a more professional network, LinkedIn is a great place too.
That's wonderful. I was just making sure that I had your Instagram handle. I do. Anna, there we have it. Anna is the Managing Director of Anna Wilk Consulting. She's on a mission to empower and inspire women around the world so that they can bring up, educate, empower, and inspire future generations. Doesn't that just get the hair on the back of your head spiking up? Anna's first customers were her neighbours, as a nanny, and she's grown that business up now so that she can support other women in their entrepreneurial endeavors. The app that she recommends that we have a look at is Insight Timer, a meditation app. Have a look at meditation. It might be tough to start with, but it's certainly worth your time and effort. And her most recommended book is by Robert Iger, the ex-CEO of Disney, The Ride of a Lifetime. Sounds an inspirational book that we'll definitely link to, and I'll put down for my Christmas wish list maybe, Anna. She loves listening to Jessica Lorimer, a sales podcaster that we can all learn from, and that we should be keeping an eye on, female entrepreneurs, people that Anna works with, people that are going out, stepping out their comfort zone, creating businesses out of nothing. I couldn't agree with you more there, Anna. There's some exciting people coming through. And you can continue this conversation with Anna. Go and reach out on Instagram. That's Anna Wilk Consulting, all one word, or Anna's website is annawilk.com. That's ANNAWILK.com. Anna, thank you for joining us today on the JOD Pod.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a true pleasure.
Awesome. Thank you, Anna. And thank you for joining us on today's interview with Anna on the JOD Pod. To ensure that you don't miss out on any of these future episodes, you need to play the YouTube game, play the algorithm. You need to subscribe, hit the like button, bang the bell, and why not ask Anna a question in the comments below about entrepreneurship, about diversity, about inclusion, and about looking after children. I know I need some help with that, Anna. So ask a question below. I will bully Anna to come back and answer every single one of those questions. Hopefully you've been inspired by Anna's story today and that you reach out and have a conversation with her. Please go and build something yourself and inspire the next generation. Thanks for joining us today on the JOD Pod. If you enjoyed this interview, why don't you check out some of these other interviews that we've done on the JOD Pod. More inspirational CEOs, coaches, entrepreneurs, founders, and authors. I'm sure there's something here that will inspire you to build something new.